I'm Randall Lee Johnson, and I'm a spiritual awakening expert. Today I'm offering little miniature readings over there. But what I really love to do is help people develop into their energetic receptors so they can see, hear, feel, and know things from the spiritual world. I've been teaching intuition and mediumship development since about 2012, and I love doing it because everybody is so unique in their awakening experience. You know, some people wake into like the fairy realm or angels or a lot of symptoms that people have. I call them symptoms, right? Because a lot of people have their gifts firing and misfiring, and they think it's just some random thing that happened. Wow, like I smelled some soup today when I got home. My husband was making that exact soup. And they think it's just something cute, but in reality, when you can develop into your abilities, you have access to all information, right? Through time, through space. And I love teaching this too because there's really, like I've written a book, Your Freaking Amazing Gifts. It's really awesome. But I don't think I would ever be where I'm at just by reading a book, right? Because it does not fit into a box. And so when you develop into this, it really changes your entire life. It changes your entire thought process about why you're here, what you're capable of, and you start healing from within. It helps with trauma. I was talking to somebody about trauma today. If you've been going to therapy and stuff, it's time to awaken your abilities because you're gonna learn, like I call it like algebra, right? Remember when we were in school and if you missed a day of algebra, you were like screwed. so it's like building blocks. There's things that you will never be able to know unless you start working with spirit. Your knowledge base just starts getting bigger and bigger, and some of you guys are probably like, yes, right, that are already reading and stuff. And you start to become more aware of what's really real and what's really not real. And a lot of programming things that happen to us, and like it just goes so much deeper. And really, it went from, for me, like just having these random experiences to like full-blown awakening. So I just get super nerdy about it. And so I've gone into like more of the science aspect, where when we can blend science with spirituality, it really gives you something tangible, where you're like, this is actually real. It's actual science going into quantum physics, quantum field. It's a super nerdy. So what I love to do is teach people through my Awaken program. My website is randalllee.com, but you guys can all come over to my table over there, number 17. If you have questions about your spiritual awakening, or you want me to read your energy or just do your DNA imprint, because a lot of us have been in other realms and other places, and we bring that into our bodies now. A lot of the way you guys look is like your DNA imprint, and will also help like you go into your life purpose and stuff. I think a lot of people are looking for that purpose. So that's what I do. I love to connect with y'all. And if you guys do have any questions about spiritual awakening, or do you have a symptom that you want to share? Yeah.
I just thought it was weird yesterday, almost all day, I kept smelling gardenias and I have no idea why.
A lot of times that's angels. They come through. And when I say angels, I'm not talking about your past loved ones. I'm talking about like angels, like God's right hand man. A lot of times they come through with that really, really like honeysuckle or gardenia. It's great for you to just be like, hey, right? But it's super cool, right? You might see 1111, or you might have deja vu, which is more clairvoyant, or you might hear your name being called and nobody's there, right? Or you're having that smell, right? You might feel energy coming into the room, and you're like, I swear somebody's there. They are, right? And the neat thing is everything already exists, right? You only see 0.00003% of the spectrum of light. So everything's there. There'd be dead people up in here, right? Past loved ones, right? I'm empathetic, but I'm not really, right? I can feel the emotions of other people, but I don't necessarily take them on. So I'm a little brash sometimes. But yes, your loved ones are here. They're always there. You just don't necessarily see them, right? So, any more questions?
What's
The DNA imprint, what is it you look for in that?
So for me, like I was telling you, you have like all this galactic energy on you and like healing. So like if you weren't a healer yet, I would be like more checking into like the QHHC thing, right? Because when you go through that, you go through different lifetimes and you're not necessarily on Earth. You might be on the galactic ship, so you know what I mean? And you just connect with those the cloud people, I call them sometimes. So, yeah. You have a question too?
I just had a question kind of going off of something you said earlier about the numbers, like seeing numbers every, like 444,
Yes.
44 for me, since right before I turned 44. And it's insane.
Yeah.
What
So-
is that? Like it's in my face.
Yes.
Like
So 444 is like your angel team's with you, but you can relate a certain number. So like 43, that's my mom in spirit. So I know every time I see, I'm like, okay, mom. But what we call those is like angel numbers. A lot of us,
yeah.
as the repetitive numbers, and this invisible people, right? Spirit guides, angels, past loved ones. They want to get your attention. They want you to wake up. So they be throwing 1111 most of the time. Or to the point where people will be like, why do I keep seeing this? And they Google it, and then they find a video of mine or something, right? And then, but once the invisible people know that they're talking to you, then the numbers start changing, and you'll start seeing sequences,
Okay.
and they all kind of mean something. So I would always like Google, like, what's 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4 means you're on the right path. Keep going. You're taking the steps to do what you need to do. So, and 5s is like change. Change is always happening. Whenever I see the 5, I'm like, no, help me. But yeah, once they know that you know that they know, then it's on. Yeah. Yeah.
They're
It's super cool.
like they're getting our signs, so let's just keep giving it more.
Yeah. Yeah, and so then you can start looking that up. But what's cool is when you develop, then you just start seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing. It's freaking magical.
Wow.
It is so magical. I love what I do. It changes people's life. And I always say, be forewarned. Your life is about to really change. Relationships might be falling away. Your whole life might fall apart in the awakening process. But it's so magical.